Corps is the largest residential workforce development program for young people in the country. They accept low-income, 16 to 24-year-old, disconnected from education and the workforce, and they give them housing and health care, educational support, career guidance, and skilled job training. For the young people they serve, Job Corps is transformational, and it leads to good jobs in critical fields like healthcare and manufacturing. Madam Secretary, as you know, the Pittsburgh Job Corps is centered in my district, so I can't understand why you decided to close the center, but given the trajectory of this administration, I can't say I'm surprised. We have 66 homeless teens and young adults living at our residential center, and your department wanted to kick them back out onto the streets with only a week's notice. It took a judge's order to stop you. Besides the plain cruelty of these actions, our Job Corps in Pittsburgh was incredibly successful. Last program year, Pittsburgh Job Corps had the highest average student credential attainment rate in the country. 83% of our students left with a high-skilled job credential and an 81% job placement rate. It's despicable that so many successful Job Corps centers were closed based on a now discredited DOGE report that is rife with false and extremely misleading data. So I want to spend some time going through why this report is just flat out wrong. Keep it in mind that your team sent this report out last week when DOL announced you're closing our Job Corps centers. And I'd like only just yes or no questions. So Secretary Chavez DeRimmer, my colleague Ms. Bonamici already established that you worked together with DOGE, including in creating this so-called Job Corps transparency report. In the DOGE report, it claims that the average cost per graduate is $155,000. So yes or no, were you aware of that in 2020, pre-DOGE? The Trump administration found Job Corps' cost per graduate to be $57,000, and the cost per enrollee was $34,000 during the program year in 2017 and 2018?
Thank you, Congressman. I'm sorry.
Just yes or no?
We don't know each other, and that
it's okay. Just yes or no?
And that you weren't here for some of my previous
Secretary, because you were here, I noted that we have a really tight time crunch, and we want to get in a couple things. So I appreciate the pleasantries, but just yes or no, were you aware? And we can talk after.
For sure. I do want to be clear that I did not eliminate Job Corps.
So no. Okay, listen, yes or no? Reclaiming my time. Thank you. So to be clear here, the reason for this difference, other than DOGE's ineptitude, is enrollment in Job Corps. It was at its maximum level in those program years. With flat funding and forced COVID-19 shutdowns, enrollment went down, so the cost per student went up. It's basic math. Madam Secretary, this is just yes or no. Are you aware that Job Corps isn't a typical job training program, that part of its mission is to provide residential living and health care to many of the youth who are homeless or transitioning out from foster care, yes or no?
Congresswoman, under the temporary restraining order that was issued yesterday.
This is a yes or no. Are you saying that you're refusing to answer? We've already established that you are able to answer questions about this. So if you are choosing not to, you can say that, but it's yes or no.